Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. A while back we did a video on the Scumgrot Sky Raiders. What a name, from Battle Yak Miniatures, and this is one of them. Battle Yak has continued, and I mean really continued, to put out nothing but modular variable models for since they've started basically. And recently my attention was caught by a new type of goblinoid that they came up with, and those are the Cankerfern Boggrots. I swear these names are yes, the Cankerfern Boggrots. Boggrots. I will get it out of my mouth correctly. This is torture. It's been a long day, my mouth is dry, but I am going to persevere. So anyway, let me show you these guys. There are quite a few different types of bogrots that live in Cankerfern, and those are the Cankergits. So here is a sample one, and I gotta show you, I loved these hoods they've got on their heads. They're so tall and ridiculous, and I don't even know how many heads he ended up making. There are an absolute pile. And they're all modulars, so if you want to have one on one of the other bodies, you are more than welcome to. This guy is pre-assembled like this, and one of the cool things I've always appreciated about Battle Yak stuff is that everything is available either in a one piece, you click it, you're good to go type deal, all pre-supported, or if you want to get hardcore and get into all of the crazy little modular bits, that is an option as well. So these guys in the hoods are called the hoodlums. Oh yeah, that is an Oyaji gag dad joke if I ever heard it, but it is absolutely deserving. Funny enough, as I was printing these, I kept thinking to myself, oh man, these are going to be huge. The Scumgrot guys were gigantic. Well, they're not really all that much bigger. I mean, yeah, they have these ridiculous hoods. That's true. I thought I had one standing up somewhere. I know I did. I can prove it if I just knew where I put him. Aha! There you are, my friend. In his very He-Man-esque pose. This was used up with the dregs of an old resin. Not the fun water washable stuff. I gotta say, I've been having way better results with those. But it is what it is. Funny thing, I had a bit of a hard time trying to get the supports off of the one-piece guys, and the modular ones were so much easier. And then on top of that, when I switched back over to the water washable stuff, even simpler. We'll show you some of the stuff I did with the washable in just a moment. So, again, you can see here with the size. Oh yeah, I have one of the pinups here. Size-wise, they match up pretty good with what Battle Yak's already done. Now, if you had it in your head that, oh, I'm going to totally stick it to the man and not have to ever have any night goblins again, well, yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. You're definitely going to have to do some work there if you wanted to have them mix in with your old-fashioned night goblins. That's just not going to work out, I think, the way you'd hoped. One interesting thing I did not mention yet about these hoodlums and their various friends is a cool little feature, besides the fact that they're all modular, is that a large majority of the heads come in short snoot or long snoot. And they don't have any stars upon theirs because they're not sneeches. But yeah, same head, different nose shapes. I know some people are really into the long pointy nose aesthetic. I'm not. It comes off kind of, yeah, a little questionable. Not a fan myself. And I know I was looking at a recent Kickstarter where had absolutely gorgeous figures, and it just killed my interest when they had these big long schnozzes. I couldn't get into it. So I do appreciate the fact, those of you who like them with the big long pointy noses, it's there for you. If you don't, it's there for you too. And you know what else is there for you? The Scalawags. If you ever wanted scantily clad, Bayou-style goblin mohawked girls slapping their rears while they twerk at you, there you go. And, I mean, mission accomplished, right? Not only that, these are actually modular too, so if you want to swap the heads around, that's a possibility. And if you want them even more scantily clad than this, I'm not gonna kink shame. I mean, that's your deal. That's an option too. If you want to have, you know, well-endowed goblin lady folk shaking it like they mean it, that's your business. Slap that. There we go. I'm going to keep things rated PG, says the man with the large Kingdom Death collection. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get to the fun stuff yet. Wanted to show off one of my favorites was like the leader dude, and that was the Bog Bloke. And he's got his cool little custom base. Now, when I printed this base, I was like, good God, that's gigantic. It's going to take up all the room. That's actually a 32 millimeter base it's on. And it sits quite nicely, I might add. And you can see him just chilling there with his frog skin cloak. Fun touch. Definitely, I think spraying him with the primer was probably a better idea, but I did not do that. So, unfortunately. You shake that thing, baby. Alright. So here's one of the cool bits that we haven't shown off either yet, and those are the bog frogs. Now, when I first saw these, I was like, cool, because you know what? I really dig squigs. But this is massive. Now, technically, yeah, it's a bog frog, but when I saw the tail on this sucker, I was like, yeah, it's more of a tadpole. Which begs the question then, if that's the tadpole, and that's a support I missed, which I'm going to have to clean up now. And it's going to nag me the rest of the video. But yeah, you can see he is, I guess, in the process of changing. Now this thing is big, really big. That's a 40 millimeter base it's on. So again, I think if you were having thoughts of supplementing and sticking it to the man, which I'm all for at times, yeah, I don't know if that's the best option. Now, what I do think would be an awesome option is a set of these things in like a, what's it called? Trident Kingdom's army. Or like a Forces of Nature army for Kings of War. I think big, giant, angry polywogs would definitely be a fun one. You can have some of the goblin ladies slapping their rumps while they're at it. I was thinking, you know, I know that, in fact, the Forces of Nature have the River Guard guys, because I have this poor, sadly, unfinished giant frog from years ago that showed up and he... I hate showing partially painted models, but I just wanted to show you in terms of size. This guy's even dwarfed by our bog frog here. And one of the cool things about these bog frogs is they have both riders and riderless versions. So you can see he actually has a little hand, a modular hand attached to his reins there, and then you can just plop a Cankerfern Hoodlum on top. I don't think you can do the Scalawags, but I don't know what's going to stop you from putting one of the girly heads on one of the bodies, other than the fact that they don't have any breasts. But, you know, I'm not going to check to see what's under the hood for a goblin anyway, so you do you. But yeah, so, I mean, you could have these, hypothetically, paint them up as some kind of weird fish folk or something. I think they'd be really fun. Definitely an interesting choice. And as always, I mean, I'm curious if this, I don't know if this is their fully grown evolution, but it makes me wonder, then what are the bigger ones like? Or even what are the littler ones like? It definitely would be fun to see. So once again, a fun and interesting release from Battle Yak Miniatures. And I don't even have, like, there's so many freaking weapons, too. There's the typical axes, knives, swords, spears, bows, shields, extra hands. Funny enough, there's none flipping me off. I thought that would have been absolutely appropriate for a bunch of goblins, but, you know. And a ridiculous pile of heads. So if you like the goblin aesthetic and you're not really into what's available on the market, I'm kind of picky when it comes to goblinoids. I definitely like the larger size. When they're too small, it makes me kind of sad. This is kind of dinky and pathetic looking, plastic or not. And I think they're going to work pretty well with the Scumgrot Sky Raiders. So something to definitely think about. I'm going to have to dig out my parts for these guys and see if they're all compatible. They should be, because even looking at the hand, it's pretty similar. But it looks like the Bogrot one is a little bit smaller. So, definitely something to experiment with in the future and see how things turn out. We'll put a link down below to Battle Yak stuff. You should definitely give it a look if you dig that style of model. That is going to be all sorts of modular and have plenty of options available, because if you know me, that is something I absolutely cherish. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.